So this activity is for our project 2. It is geared towards our ELL, learning vocabulary comprehension and integrating it into real-world situations. This is by Amanda Khalaf and Amr Zavalj. So our ELL needs to improve vocabulary comprehension and integrate it into real-world context. We will focus on social studies, propaganda speech with a focus on words used. The student will have a greater understanding of how words and their use affect the overall message of what is being said. Our ELL is Jamal, he's in grade 10, and his English proficiency level is intermediate stage. We will use a wordle.net, basically word clouds that show the biggest words used the most in a speech and the smallest words used the least. It's kind of like a KWL chart, except much more interesting. We will also be studying word vocabulary by contributing to Rid the World of Hunger. What is propaganda? It's a noun, it's derogatory, it's exaggerated or untruthful claims used to help raise support for an effort. Used in a sentence, for example, we can say voters should listen to facts and not to the propaganda distributed by the media. Alright class, so this next part, we are going to be looking at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I Have a Dream speech. Now when we listen to speeches by politicians, they usually repeat words that they want us to remember. We are going to look at a few speeches visually to see how words affect our emotions and our responses. To do that, we will demonstrate how to make a word cloud using Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. speech first. Let's watch. So here is the speech. I went to the site on the link that I put. Now I'm going to, it says Dr. Martin Luther King's speech. I'm going to scroll down and get to his speech, the beginning of the speech. It says read full text. And I'm going to left click, bold, and start highlighting or copying the whole speech. Now don't worry, the pictures will not get copied, only the text will. So here I am going down, I'm trying to figure out where the speech ends. A little bit more up. Now the commercials are there, so we're going to go back up. Here it is. And slowly but surely, there you go, that's the speech. Now we're going to right click and select copy. Then we're going to go to our wordle.net page, and that's how it looks. We're going to click create, and it'll come to this, and then we're going to paste the speech. Press go, and voila, there's a speech. You see the words that are the biggest are used the most, and the smallest are used the least. And then if we put randomize, we can actually create different styles and fonts that you prefer. Now I really like this one, so we're going to choose this one. And that's it. So we can make posters out of this, we can make t-shirts. You can really do whatever you want to do with it. It's awesome. Alright, now that you've seen me do the copy and paste of Dr. Martin Luther King's speech into the Wordle little window, this is what came up. We can definitely have different designs, but the biggest word, what is the biggest word? Here, it's freedom. The next word, in your opinion, what is it? That's correct, it's Negro. What other words are really big? We have dream, yes, together, every, justice, today, Mississippi. Some smaller words are white, hope, black, brotherhood, and so on and so forth. Smaller words are brutality, slaves. So he obviously, Dr. Martin Luther King, he did not focus as much on brutality, for example, as he did on the word freedom. What does that tell us? So looking at the visual of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech, let's answer these questions. What does the word cloud suggest this article is about? Right, freedom and coming together. That's correct. What seems to be the most important words? What are they? Again, freedom. Yes, this. How do these words go together? Yes, they all have a common denominator of coming together as a nation and being free. Look at the most used words and the least used words. What might be the propaganda here? Right, the propaganda seems to be about blacks or Negroes being free. That's correct. Propaganda in action. Now I want you to yourself to go ahead and put different types of speeches into the word cloud. I do not want you to read the speech. You're going to click on the speech, open up wordle.net, click on create, and in the window you will paste the first speech, which is President Obama's inauguration speech. Finally, you will click go once you have pasted the speech into the Wordle window. What do you see? Do you have something like this? So, did you get something like this? Cool. So, what are the words that are the biggest on this page? That's right. Nation, new. What others? Common. That's correct. Must, America, every, generation, and people. Yeah. What other words? Economy, work, spirit, now. That's correct. What does this tell you about President Obama's speech? Good job. Yes, very interesting. Looking at the word cloud for President Obama's speech, what does the word cloud suggest this article is about? What seem to be the most important words? How do these words go together? And finally, looking at the most used words and the least used words, what might be the propaganda? The propaganda is here for the nation also getting together and having America as new. That's correct. The next speech we are going to look at is Trump's inauguration speech that he did in 2017. I want you to do the same thing. Take this link, go to the speech, and copy the speech into the Wordle.net window. Click Create, and then you will paste President Trump's speech, and then click Go. What do you see? Wow, yes, we see America, back, that's correct, nation, country, people. What seems to be similar between Barack Obama's speech and Trump's speech? Yes, they both speak about America. That's correct. Why do you think that? They're both addressing the American people? Yes. All right, let's go on to answer some of these questions. Looking at the word cloud. Again, what does the word cloud suggest this article is about? Yes, America and the American people. Having America great again. What is the propaganda? What do you think? Just by looking at these words. Great job. Let's go on to the next speech. I want you to do the same thing, but this time it's Hitler's speech to the youth that he made in 1939. This is before World War II. Go ahead, follow the directions, and tell me what you see. Let's take a look. Does it seem like it's similar to this? What is the first word you see here? Germany. That's correct. Now, why might Hitler be talking about Germany? Yes, he's addressing the German people. What else does he want them to know? Youth, that's correct. Must, demand, want, one, country. That's correct. You also see proud and honor. Very good. Are you surprised by Hitler's choice of wording? You're not. How come? Yes, because dictators have a way of choosing words that's correct. Dictators they choose words that will appeal to the people. Good job. Go ahead and think about these questions in your head. Let's compare and contrast. Let's pause here a little bit. How are they similar? How are they different? They will talk about their country, that's correct. Very good. Let's continue. Let's go on to the second part of our lesson. We're going to read the article We Can End Hunger, Here's How by Jose Graziano da Silva in the National Geographic. It was published in 2015. Let's do the same thing. Let's take this article link, go to it, and copy and paste it into the world.net. Now, what do you see? Does it look like this? What are the most used words? Poverty and protection, that's right. Hunger, programs, social, rural people, investments, pro-poor, commitment. What do you think this article is about? What is it addressing? Hunger, that's right. And poverty, yes. Also different programs. That's all very good. Continue looking at the word cloud on your computer and let's answer these questions. What does the word cloud actually suggest this article is about? What seems to be the most important words? How do these words go together? Now I'll give you a moment to read the article and think about these questions as you read. Is there a propaganda to the article? Do you think the word cloud captured what was most important to learn? Are these key words or ideas that are left out? Are there key words or ideas that are left out? What terms reflect the main ideas? Does the word cloud help you see the relationship among words? Summarize what the article is about. What can we do to help world hunger? All right, so this is the next thing we're going to do. Next activity, helping world hunger 10 grains at a time. We're going to go to this freerice.com site and play a little game. So for every vocabulary, you're going to have vocabulary multiple choice questions. And for every one you get correct, the United Nations World Food Program will donate 10 grains of rice. So far, over 94 billion grains of rice have been donated. We will sign up as a class and see by the end of the school year how many grains of rice we have donated to end world hunger. The game should open up to this page. So I went on the link and this is what comes up. It tells you on the right how to play. The first word is construct. The second word is cop. What does it mean? Policeman, that's right. Then we have chuckle. What does this word mean? Another word is ahead. Mom is mother. Now the words get harder as you play more. To the right, it tells you how many grains of rice you have collected so far. Now there was a little bit of a glitch and it started from an empty bowl, but there is 100 grains in there. So seek means, what does it mean? It means to search for. Now I purposefully pressed pledge to see what happens. It tells you basically what it means. Autograph means signature, that's right. Now we can go to selecting different topics. There's math, geography, chemistry, English, language learning, all of that. If we go to humanities and famous quotes, for example, it will take us to famous quotes. Now, I'm not very smart when it comes to famous quotes, but let's see. The secret of life is honesty and fair dealing if you can fake that. Okay, that was wrong. So Groucho Marx actually said that, not Chris Rock. The next one is, and I put that William Shakespeare said this, but it was wrong. It was actually Salvador Dali. And there you go. That's it. That's how you play. So we are going to do this about 5 to 10 minutes every day, uh, each person, and then we're going to accumulate uh, and see how much our group together, our class, how many grains of rice we have donated. Currently, as you can see to the right, 120 grains of rice have been donated just from answering 12 questions. Good job, everyone. And that is it for our activity. Thank you for participating in all the activities, Jamal and the rest of the class. Here are our references. Go ahead. This is all that we used to make this lesson available. We want to thank you for joining us. Signing off from Amanda and Amra.